Once you start to get used to Windows 8 and you get used to the idea of that start screen, it's then going to occur to you, hey, wait a minute, I want to customize this thing. How can I add new tiles or new objects to the start screen? Well, this is going to be a two-part video, and in this part one, I'm going to talk you through what's going on with the start screen in Windows 8, and then in part two, we'll jump out into the interface and we'll add some tiles and play with them. Now, there's really two aspects that you need to know. First of all, the start screen automatically shows all installed programs, and I should qualify that. It shows all properly installed programs just like the Windows 7 start menu does. So in Windows 7, if you installed a program, then you went and opened up the menu after the installation was complete, you would probably see that program in the start menu somewhere. Now, occasionally you didn't see things out there, okay? In Windows 8, newly installed programs appear way on the far right end of the menu. I'll demonstrate that in part two. Now, programs and folders from Windows Explorer can be pinned directly onto the start screen in Windows 8, just like they could in Windows 7. But keep in mind, programs, executable programs, things that end with .exe, and folders themselves, and we can also do shortcuts, but we'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes here. Okay, so if I open Windows Explorer, right, and I double click on C, and for example, I have the users folder. Notice if I right click on that, I have pin to start, just like I did in Windows 7. And if I pin that, then when I go to the start menu, it will be out there on the far right side, and it'll open that folder. Okay, now programs and folders from the desktop can be pinned directly onto the start screen. Okay, so I can go to Windows Explorer, grab a program, a folder, right click it, pin it to the start screen. I can go to the desktop, and almost anything there, programs and folders, right click them, pin them to the start screen. Now I don't have to go to the desktop to open those. I can just open them right off the start menu. All right, now here's the reason I wanted to talk through this. Not all items are automatically available for pinning. Now this is very interesting. I don't know if it's going to change in future versions, but for right now, in that start menu folder out there, Microsoft is allowing certain things to show up automatically, but there's a trick to make a few other things show up out there. Okay, for example, links to a certain Word document or Excel document. I just want to look at the start menu, click on that, and open that document. How do I do that? And there's been a lot of pretty wild ways to try to make that happen from a developer standpoint floating around the internet about Windows 8, but let me show you the easiest way I've seen to do that. Here's how you can add almost any item to the start menu folder. First, create a shortcut for that document, for that item, whatever it is. Create the shortcut, and then move that shortcut physically to this location. The C, Program Data, Microsoft, Windows, Start Menu, Programs location. Now keep in mind, Program Data, and if I go out to the Windows Explorer and notice, and I go into C, notice Program Data with no space in there, and you'll notice here it's a little lighter. I don't know if you can see that. That is a hidden file, and I have to turn on hidden files to see that. You'll see that later on in the course, so let's just keep moving here. Okay, now once I have placed my shortcut, I've made my shortcut, I've placed it into this location right here, then I go to my start screen, just hit the Windows logo key, jumped out to the start screen, and I can use either the Win logo key on the keyboard, and on a slate it's going to be that physical button right in the middle at the bottom. And what I want to do is access the All Apps screen in Metro. How do I do that? I right click anywhere in the open space around the tiles, just don't right click on any one tile. At the bottom, you will see something pop up. If you're working on a touch screen, keep in mind, just touch the screen and hold it till a circle appears and then lift your finger. That is the same in a touch or a gesture environment as a right click. And then on the very bottom right side of the screen, a little flyout menu will pop up, kind of like the old taskbar, and you will see a little icon down there that says All Apps. Just click on All Apps, and you're going to see a list of all applications that are out there in that start menu folder. All right, locate the app that you want to see on the start menu, and now you will see the pin to start at the bottom of the screen when you right click that particular shortcut, application, document, whatever. Okay, and then just go back, open the Metro start screen, scroll all the way to the right, and you're going to see that particular item. Now you can just drag it to your desired location and you now have it on your start screen. All right, now I wanted to list these steps here because it's a little involved. In part 2, we're going to jump out to the start menu in Windows 8. We're going to step through this process and show you how it is. It looks a little convoluted, but it's really cool, and you can customize. Once you've got that start screen customized, you're going to love Windows 8 because you'll live on that start screen and you will navigate from that to the desktop and back without even really ever seeing the desktop a lot of times. Okay, so that's how you go about adding tiles to the start screen. Join me in part 2 and I'll step you through this process live in the interface.